Okay, baby, let's gather around and clutch your pearls because beyond the gate said soft pour with a side of soap. And I said, don't mind if I do. Chile, this Tuesday's episode, had lovemaking, near bust-ins, banana pudding confiscations, and enough drama to make a Real Housewife pause mid-confessional. Let's get into this June 10th recap, and remember, I recap with sass, class, and a hint of what in the Tyler Perry hell is this. We open with Dani and Andre. In bed. Yes, again. These two have been playing mattress twister like it's the Olympics, honey. Dani's tossing and turning all night and not in the fun way. No, she's worried about Bill, her ex, who is recovering from a stroke and still acting like he's made of steel and testosterone. Girl, give it up. You divorced him for a reason. Andre, bless his beard, chuckles and says, the man would rather die than admit weakness. And listen, that line had me screaming because it's giving every uncle at the BBQ who refuses to go to the ER even though their leg is literally turning blue. Anyway, after a little reminiscing about their kids and why Hayley is public enemy #1, Dani and Andre dive back into round 2 because nothing gets you in the mood like trauma and regret. But after the deed, Dani gets all in her feels and confesses that something inside her broke after Bill. Sis, not a mood killer right after round 2. That's a post-nut confession for the ages. Meanwhile, over at Flirt Central, aka the hospital, Chelsea's out here thirst trapping Dr. Madison Montgomery on camera. Like, ma'am, are we starting a TikTok thirst account or recording a medical docuseries? Because Chelsea's all up in her Riz era, calling the doc beautiful and acting like they're auditioning for Grey's Anatomy OnlyFans edition. They flirt, Madison does her lil rounds, and Chelsea floats off probably to write Chelsea Montgomery in bubble letters. Now let's pivot to Bill. Oh, Lord, Bill. This fool is trying to take work calls while barely able to sit up. He reaches for his earbuds like he's not on doctor's orders and literally falls out of bed like a toppled Jenga tower. Ashley walks in, picks him up like a misbehaving toddler, and right when it looks bad enough, boom. Here comes Hayley. Y'all, the timing on this show deserves an Emmy. Ashley tries to explain it's not what it looks like, and Bill, in full goblin mode, goes, it is what it looks like. Sir, have you no shame? He's like, release me? Like he's about to walk out in a hospital gown with his butt showing? Miss. But then Ashley and Bill have a sweet little moment, touch her belly, talk parenting books. I was like, wait, do I like them now? The answer is no, but it was cute for a minute. Back at Dani's, Vernon almost busts in on round 3. Vernon's calling out Dani, and she's in there scrambling like a contestant on Chopped Bedroom Edition. Andre's hopping into pants, Dani's tossing on a robe, and Vernon's on the phone with Naomi like, yeah, she's acting weird. Boy, do you hear the creaking bed or not? After he leaves, Dani's spiraling like, this is so weird, and Andre's like, want coffee? Like, sir, did we not almost get caught? Do you not feel that post-panic sweat? My man is unbothered. Now let's talk Naomi and Vernon. Yes, daddy wisdom is back. Naomi's at Orphe's lawyering it up, but emotionally spiraling. She thinks she's the reason Bill stroked out, which, girl, maybe, but we'll unpack that later. Vernon gives her a masterclass in Old Black Man Gives Wisdom That Fixes Everything, telling her a whole story about Uncle Cornelius, Dr. King, summer basketball, a stroke, guilt, and redemption. I felt like I was in a Baptist church waiting for the choir to break into His Eye is on the Sparrow. Vernon said, let that go, baby. And Naomi, she listened. Let's pivot to the Articulettes, also known as Destiny's aunties. Anita's ready to shut the reunion down, but Vernon's like, you don't quit this easy. And right as they go to find Dani, they run into Tracy and Sharon. Oh, Lord. Anita hits him with the side eye, and Tracy is like, time to hear my truth. Cue the sob story, the photo nostalgia, and the magical line. Better together, sisters forever, Articulettes strong. And y'all, they said it in unison. You know it's real when old frenemies join hands like a 90s girl group making a comeback special on BET. Back at the hospital, the team says Bill needs rehab. Dani shows up like, I'm not here to cause trouble, and Hayley goes, you always interrupt. Snark level, nuclear. But guess who Dani brings in? Shanice, the baddest physical therapist this side of daytime television. And apparently, she rehabbed that kid from last year who's now walking again. Baby Shanice is legit. Bill wants references, but Dani's like, do you want to walk or not? Shanice looks like she could bench press him in his drama. Can't wait for her to throw him into a lunge and say, suffer through it, soldier. Chelsea and Madison still flirting? Someone get a fire extinguisher because these two are sizzling. Madison's like full recovery, and Chelsea's like, Shanice is a force of nature. And I'm like, when are y'all kissing in the supply closet? But wait, Naomi shows up to see Bill. She thanks Hayley and brings him banana pudding, which honestly, iconic daughter move. But then Shanice walks in and snatches that pudding like it's contraband. Bill whines like a toddler who just had his iPad taken away. Shanice is not here to coddle. She said, therapy first, pudding second. Anita is officially packing her bags. She's off to Chicago for Articulate rehearsal, and Vernon supports her with all the love in the world. They make out like two teenagers with a Hallmark Channel contract and swear to reunite soon. And finally, Dani and Andre go public. They're holding hands at Orpheus. She's nervous, he's calm. She brings up Bill again, and I'm like, girl, let this man be your healing. He's sweet, she's still scared. But baby, the chemistry is chefing. Wow, y'all, this episode gave me everything. We had near mistresses, flashbacks, post-coital breakdowns, inspirational uncle speeches, and a damn banana pudding heist. Join me tomorrow when I recap the aftermath of all this chaos. And maybe, just maybe, Bill gets his behind into rehab for real? Until then, hydrate, avoid exes, and remember, Shanice, don't play. See you next time, babes. And remember, Beyond the Gates never closes on the meth.